Front page news, October 19th, 2077 to October 23rd, 2077. So 1 week. Articles may not be reprinted without permission of the editor-in-chief. Article 1. Trumpeting truth for over 50 years. Case closed on crime boss Eddie Winter. By Mags Vecchio, Boston Bugle staff writer. In a move that has shocked and angered the people of Massachusetts, the Boston Police Department announced last night that they have ceased all investigations into the actions of reputed organized crime boss Edward Eddie Winter. Speaking on behalf of the special task force that had been assembled specifically to build a case against Winter, Captain Jonathan Widmark of the BPD said, "After reviewing the evidence with our colleagues at the Bureau of Alcohol, Drugs and Tobacco, Firearms and Lasers, it became clear that we were in fact wrong. Eddie Winter has indeed had a colorful history, but it is not a criminal history. By pursuing our case against Mr. Winter, we would simply continue to waste taxpayer dollars and, even worse, condemn an innocent man. It was an unexpected turn of events, to be sure. According to the Boston Bugle's confidential sources within the Boston Police Department, the innocent man was anything but, as uncovered by Captain Widmark's official investigation, codenamed Operation Winter's End. Eddie Winter was involved in every crime imaginable, from petty larceny to first-degree murder, and although nothing was proved, everyone on Widmark's task force suspected Winter in the August homicide death of their lead detective fiancée, a Miss Jennifer Lance. Whatever the truth, it would appear the city of Boston has nothing more to fear from Eddie Winter. When approached for comment, the alleged crime boss could not be reached. In fact, his South Boston sub shop has been shuttered and his Harborside residence completely cleaned out. Eddie Winter, it would seem, has disappeared. Article 2. China Showdown, the Atomic Ultimatum. War. Has there been any extended period of time in recent memory in which soldiers have not fought, bled, and died, all for the sake of furthering the political goals of one government or another? The short answer is no. The longer, more terrifying answer is that we have not yet begun to experience the extent of human suffering. From Anchorage in frigid Alaska to Shantou on our enemy's doorstep, American troops have been embroiled in brutal battle. They have taken and lost many lives, a nearly uncountable number, but not entirely, because the truth is the casualties have been countable. These conflicts, however horrible, have all been in some explicable, perverted way manageable. Through taxes and various wartime revenues, the United States government has been able to fund a standing army the likes of which this country has never before seen. The same is certainly true of our mortal foe, China. And with each dollar spent comes a natural accounting of how that dollar was spent. Every bullet, every bunker-busting bomb, every body bag. Soon after each is used in the theater of war, we know every how, when, and where. But the sad, obvious truth is that the days of manageable war have nearly come to an end. In the minds of the world's great leaders, those billions of dollars haven't merely been spent, they've been wasted. Because here we are after more than a decade of constant warfare, with no clear end and no clear winner in sight. So really, at this point, what other option do these superpowers have, if not the nuclear one? And therein, of course, lies the rub. For when China or the United States launches its nuclear missiles and drops its atomic bombs, there will be no one left to count the casualties, let alone the ordnance. No one left to declare victory. So then only one question remains. Is there any way the powers of the world can prevent a nuclear apocalypse? If there is any hope left for the world, we must believe the answer. We must believe the answer is yes, but these are hopeless times. Article 3. Boston food riots continue. And what can only be described as a scene of absolute pandemonium. On Friday afternoon, soldiers of the United States Army's 184th Infantry Regiment opened fire on a group of unarmed civilians after an unknown person smashed the plate glass window of the Roxbury food bank, prompting several people in the line outside to storm into the establishment. As of yesterday evening, at least 4 people were confirmed dead and 8 others injured. But Jonathan Corman, spokesman for the Army, insists the troops acted within their authority. The soldiers in question issued explicit verbal warnings several times. Those people knew exactly what would happen if they broke the line and attacked the food bank. Hunger is no excuse for civil disobedience, vandalism, or in this case, starting a riot that puts the lives of every civilian in the area at risk. It is the role of the United States Army to maintain order in this difficult time, and that is exactly what happened in this instance. I would also like to point out that the soldiers of the 184th Infantry Regiment have not had a food ration in 2 days. These men and women understand hunger probably better than anyone. It is a response the American people have grown accustomed to, as violent scenes like the one in Roxbury have played out again and again across the country, as a starving populace tries desperately to attain food for its families. And as has happened so many times in the past, the civilian witnesses of the so-called riot tell a different tale. 85-year-old grandmother Hannah Henry was in line at the food bank and claims the soldiers had anything but order and liberty on their minds. They were laughing, joking about who they were going to shoot first. It was all a game to them. These soldiers may not have fired on the crowd before that window got broke, but they was looking forward to it all the same. One can only hope that the violence in Roxbury will be the last such incident our country has to suffer through. But until America finds the strength to question its domestic policies and the food to feed its people, the future remains uncertain. Article 4. White House remains empty. Where's our president? For more than half a year, the West Wing of America's most famous residence has remained shrouded in near complete darkness. A skeleton crew of manual laborers remains on staff to maintain the property, but nobody has lived or worked politically there for several months. And even though the White House press corps was unofficially and unceremoniously disbanded around the same time, the media has remained steadfast in answering that most important of questions: where is our president? At first, the assumption was that the entirety of the United States government had moved operations to Raven Rock, the military operations center located in the mountainous region of Pennsylvania, just a few miles northeast of the presidential retreat in Camp David, Maryland. Further investigations have revealed that neither the president nor his cabinet had been to the Raven Rock complex in over a year. So, if not Raven Rock, then where? Thanks to an extensive and exhaustive investigation, the Boston Bugle has uncovered the answer, and our readers will likely consider it as strange as it is shocking. The president has been leading our country from a Poseidon energy oil rig just off the coast of San Francisco. It's certainly an odd choice for a president command center, or is it? Not as much as it may seem, as our investigation discovered. Thanks to the testimony of a highly placed anonymous source, the Boston Bugle has learned that the official designation of the oil rig is actually Control Station Enclave, giving credence to the long-running rumors of a secret, militarized shadow government known as the Enclave that would take control of the United States in the event of a nuclear conflagration. And so, the mystery of the missing president has finally been solved. But in doing so, has the Boston Bugle also uncovered evidence that the end of the world in the form of total atomic war is also at hand? Sadly, the president's silence seems to speak volumes. Article 5. Boston headed for first World Series win since 1918. As every resident of Boston is painfully aware, it has been 159 years since this city has reveled in the joy of a World Series victory. Whether from strikeout, air in the outfield, or ball that rolls disastrously through an infielder's legs, defeat has remained our constant, unwelcome companion. But not for long. In what has been one of the most exciting World Series races in decades, Boston has achieved a 3-games-to-none lead over the unbeatable Texas favorite. Batting, fielding, and pitching have all aligned, thanks largely to the direction of legendary coach Dusty Wilder, giving this year's team the best chance they've had for victory in forever. Even more encouraging than Game 4 being played here in Boston is the fact that the team has yet to utilize their star pitcher, Matt the Missile Murte. With him on the mound, some are actually predicting not only a series-shattering win, but a no-hitter to boot. Yes, for years, the concession stands of Boston have fed baseball fans a steady diet of beer, hot dogs, peanuts, and bitter defeat. But on Saturday, October 23rd, 2077, the only thing that could snatch away victory is an act of God or some obscene calamity of man. Tomorrow, my friends, the unthinkable will finally come to pass, and life in Boston will never be the same again. Some good articles. Where am I? Must be in a newspaper.
Heads up.
Get out of the way. Freddy Fear's House of Scares. freaking door. Yeah, so we're gonna find Imogen Cabot. Some people up there.
Galaxy News Radio.
When evil walks the streets of Boston, one man lurks in the shadows, shielding the innocent, judging the guilty. That guardian is the Silver
Really?
Shroud.
They wanna
Today's
fight?
episode, The Mechanist Unmasked.
Oh, I didn't even fucking recognize.
Last mistake.
Cannonball.
position.
It was nothing.
Oh, fucking dog. Yeah, I gotta get my dog. Where the hell is my dog? What a load of shit. Oh well. That was not nice customer service. Pay my bill. We're sorry, but our billing services are currently offline. Please see a Mass Fusion customer service representative for assistance. New accounts. To open a new account and begin enjoying the benefits of your nuclear tomorrow, please see one of our Mass Fusion customer service representatives today. My street has no power. If your entire street is experiencing a loss of power, then one of our substations or distribution centers is likely having a minor issue. Rest assured, we will work diligently to restore power to your neighborhood as soon as possible. My home has no power. If your home is experiencing loss of power, blah 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 blah. I'm feeling sick. Many individuals assume that the fusion distribution box in their home may present a danger to its occupants. While the device gives off a trace amount of radiation, we can assure you that it's completely safe. If you're experiencing the following symptoms, we give you our word that they are in no way related to our clean power technology. Nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, headache, fever, dizziness, and disorientation. Weakness, fatigue, hair loss, poor wound healing, low blood pressure, skin flaking or burns, and whatever else you have. Trouble. Company history. In the spring of 2043, Carl Oslo dared to dream of limitless power being supplied to countless homes from a single power plant. After spending 6 years cutting his teeth as an electrical engineer with Poseidon Energy, Mr. Oslo decided he'd had enough with traditional methods of energy distribution and founded Mass Fusion to begin realizing his vision. After only a decade of research, Mass Fusion's Clean Power Initiative transitioned from dream to reality, and those switches were thrown. The people of Boston embraced this new technology, and by 2070, Mass Fusion became the primary power provider for all of Massachusetts. Now, as we look to the future, Mass Fusion hopes to bring 10 more power plants online in the next several decades. To open a new account, begin enjoying the benefits of your nuclear tomorrow, please see customer representative. Service status. Company Intermail. Mass Fusion employee store is now open. Order your very own Mass Fusion branded hats, shirts, shorts, swimsuits, umbrellas, whatever you want. Please see Eric Renault in HR for details. Attention all employees, due to the unfortunate sit-in protest in the main lobby by members of the public, new security measures are being implemented immediately. Please make sure to carry your ID card on you at all times and stay within your designated areas. Do not exit the building using any door other than those designated as standard exits. Do not provide anyone with your login passwords or use of your terminal. Any deviation from these restrictions will result in immediate termination of your position at Mass Fusion. All employees are invited to the 27/7 holiday celebration. We'll be holding the festivities on the roof of our main headquarters this year, so you'll be able to dine with a loved one while overlooking our beautiful city. A full bar and live music will be on hand, as well as a special fireworks display at 10 p.m. Hope to see you there. Bah. 9:47. Get me out. Stay there. Alright. Let's just destroy nothing. So, there's an S in there, there's an R, so it's just not in the right spot. D-E-S-T D-E-S-T-S-T. What? D-E-S T-R-O-W. 1. Sure. Sealant. 0. Rating. Nothing. Nice. Suggest. Nothing. Sheriff. Nothing. Briefly. 1. Notable.
Nice.
Company intramail. So like 100 years ago. Attention all employees due to the unfortunate... Yeah, whatever. Security intramail. Please inform your security officer that Mr. Noel Chandro is no longer welcome on Massachusetts property. If he's seen within 100 yards of the building, please inform me immediately. Protection control. Protectron. Activate.
Powering up. Protectron on duty. Please remain calm. If you are injured, protect and serve. Protect and serve.
Okay.
Gotta find the card. Don't have the card.
Let's go downstairs.
Got it.
So, turpentine. That's it? Hammer and duct tape. Lantern.
Attention. This is stand clear. This is now a free fire zone, including death if you remain in the area.
Sweet.
Nothing required by law. Identify. Law of fire.
Hey. What?
What? What is it? Thank you.
Who's there?
Not me.
Hey.
Last mistake!
large coffee and a jelly donut. 30 bucks. They're free now. Just gotta make them. Buttercup. How come they put a fucking garbage can? That's it? Please stop emailing me, Victor. When I have an answer, I'll give it to you. I don't like being rushed into important decisions like this. Don't wait in the cafeteria for me. I won't be there. I'm not avoiding you, Victor. I'm trying to make the right decision, and I'm afraid talking to you might make it harder. You're acting like this is a simple choice when it's clearly going to affect the rest of my life. Give me time, Vic. When the moment is right and I'm ready, I promise I'll come tell you in person. Victor, this isn't something I do for just anyone. Why you can't understand how personal this will be makes me very upset. You say you have others lined up, but we both know in our hearts that you can only give what you have to me. The other gifts are just jealous. The other girls are just jealous. So stop this nonsense and be patient. I'll have an answer soon. Thanks for that last intramail, Vic. I know you're just trying to make me happy, and I've been taking too long to answer. I've just never been good at this sort of thing. It's all new to me. Anyway, there's no need to make you wait for an answer any longer. In fact, why don't you come over for Thanksgiving dinner and we'll make this happen. I promise to have everything ready. Yeah, okay. Maybe her computer is over here. Or his. What's this? Same place. Oh yeah, it is. I can't get upstairs or what? 46. 7.